Hello, hello. All right. Um, we are here today and we're going to be making some spooky treats. So, hope you guys are ready. So, trying to get this, you can't really see like what you're looking at when you set up the live video. So, it's kind of a crapshoot until you actually get started. So, hey, how are you guys? I'm so glad you're here. It is Tuesday. It's 5. It's time for our live at 5, and we're gonna be making spooky treats today. We're gonna make some mini mummy pizzas. We're gonna make some Monster Munch popcorn, and then we're gonna make some mummy weenies. Just some fun stuff that you can turn around and make this weekend to make your holiday gathering just super fun and spooky, but not too scary. Notice it's spooky, but not scary. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jennifer. I've been with Pampered Chef for almost 25 years, and I got started because I wanted everything in the catalog, and then I found out I could make some money, so that was a win-win. I love sharing ideas and tips and meal times. Meal times are actually my passion. I am not really a cute person. Like, I don't really do cute things. I don't do a lot of baking. So if this doesn't turn out, we're just going to blame it on my lack of good skills with that. But you'll get the gist. I will update the description to have the links to the mini mummy pizzas and the Monster Munch popcorn. However, on my Facebook page, I already have posted these recipes this past couple weeks. So let's go ahead and get started. So a couple of things that I'm gonna feature here today. I'm gonna feature the brownie pan. I'm gonna feature some of our stoneware and some of our little quick prep tools. Which actually doesn't take a whole lot of like prep and worry to get these things ready. A lot of tools to get these things ready. So this is something that you can probably do with stuff you already have at your house. So let's start with the pizzas because they have to cook the longest, and so that's going to be what we're going to start. So I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees, and so we're going to use some crescent roll dough. And so I went ahead and got that package already. Now look, it's not a live video if I did not forget something. So I want to get my flour out here. I think this is flour. Nope, that's powdered sugar. Is this flour? Yes. So this is an older powdered sugar shaker, and we're just going to sprinkle it on the mat here so that it doesn't stick too much. Okay, our new one is metal. It's easy I have one with cinnamon sugar, one with powdered sugar, so I don't have a new one with flour in it. So we're just going to peel this. Like I said, the oven is preheated to 400 degrees. All right, so we're going to open this up. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually roll this out just a little bit because I want to be able to get 12 circles out of this. And the crescent roll dough is going to poof up a little bit. I'm pinching these seams together. You can buy your crescent roll dough in a already in just one sheet, not perforated. And I tried to do that today, but as you guys know, I do grocery delivery, and that is not what came. So, okay. So we just want to roll this out so that we can get the 12 little circles out of here, because we want to be able to fill all of the wells. Okay, so I'm actually going to use, to get the circles, I'm going to use my measure all cup. Okay, and so we're just going to separate it a little bit. And okay, yes, this should work. So we're going to go here. These are just the right size, I think. And we'll go ahead and punch those out. Okay, so it says to cut the dough into 12 discs. And so that's what we're doing. Now, this is not meant to be a cookie cutter, so it's not perfect, but it does a good job cutting them uniformly. So, and not too big. All right. So get those cut. And then the next thing on the list is to press down evenly in the wells of the brownie pan. And so I actually got some oil out, but it doesn't say that we need oil. So we'll go ahead and do exactly as it says. and just press those down in the bottom. Okay, handy. This is also good for measuring liquids up to 2 cups, measuring semi-solids like mayonnaise, lard, I don't know, shortening, that kind of stuff. So let me circle these out, and then we're going to put these in the wells. So we're just going to drop these in there, and then we'll press them in to fit. So obviously you could do these in a muffin pan if you wanted to. They're circles, right? You could probably use biscuits to make this. Good. Pizza dough doesn't poof up as much, so that's why we're not using pizza dough. We want something that's going to poof up a little bit. And I'm not putting a whole bunch of ingredients on here. I am just going to be using the, I'm just going to be using very, very basic. It's just going to be basically cheese. So, okay, so now I've got this here, and I'm just going to press these down into the well. Okay. And that's going to kind of make them square as I press them down. I could use this. This is what this is for, right? Actually, it doesn't fit in the brownie pan. That's why we're not using that. Okay. My fingernails are kind of long, so they're kind of poking on it. So we'll press those down into the well. And then the next thing we're going to do, press discs and bake 8 to 10 minutes or until golden brown. And then we're going to spoon the sauce over the top. So we're just going to bake these about 10 minutes. Okay, so we'll stick these in the oven. And we'll set our timer for 10 minutes. Okay, clear, timer 1 minute. I'm going to do 9 minutes. And then I have to look at this. Go. Okay, this is our timer. You can set 4 separate timers on here. We're just setting that one. All right, so we're going to set this stuff to the side, but I want to tell you what I did. So I didn't open a whole jar of tomato sauce. I just used a little tomato sauce jar, just a little can, and I added 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning and like half a teaspoon of sugar. Sugar cuts the acidity and makes it not so acidic in your belly, and so I always add a little bit when I'm making spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce. This is a great pizza sauce. It's a great base. So that's what we did there. So that'll sit right here. Okay. And I think, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and, nope, we'll just do that when we get done. When it comes out, we'll go ahead and we'll come back to this. Okay. To do the toppings and everything. Okay. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the other thing that we have to bake. Let's go ahead and get that ready too. Okay. So honestly, I thought this out, but clearly I didn't think it out well enough. So, okay. The other thing we're going to make is these little mummies. Okay. So we are going to open up another can of dough. Oops, and it came apart, but that's okay if it came apart. Because what we're going to do with this dough is we're going to cut it into strips. Okay, so it's okay if it comes apart. We're just going to use the pizza cutter, and cut it into strips. Okay, and I'm actually going to break it apart, and I can just cut it into strips using this. So, have you guys ever made pigs in a blanket? Okay, this is kind of the same thing as pigs in a blanket, but we're cutting these strips, and we're going to wrap the mummies with these little strips. Okay, let's see if I can pinch these together, and maybe we'll get some longer strips, so they'll all be long. We'll just do a handful today. I'm sure my husband and my son will love eating them, but we'll just do a handful today. Okay. Actually, we'll do as many as we've got here, right? I was going to do tacos for dinner, but this actually might be a good dinner for them. They might enjoy that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So we've got this pinched together. Get these little strips. All right, kind of fun. So now we're going to take our hot dogs. I'm going to get my stone out that we're going to cook these on. We'll just cook this on the medium stone. It's October 2022, and these are on sale this month. It's our Heritage Month. And so we have some stoneware on sale, 15% off just till the end of the month. So if you want to get stoneware, then now is the time to get it. So we're just going to wrap these around. Okay, so they look like mummy bandages. Nothing too fancy. I'm kind of stretching a little bit as I go to cover this. So it kind of makes it almost like a corn dog. And then we'll just go ahead and wrap this last one. And there we go. And then I'm going to do a little opening like this, so where we can put his eyes. Put him right there. Okay, so now we'll do the next one. And these don't have to cook quite at the same temperature, but I'm going to get them all ready to go when the other stuff is done, and we can knock the temperature down a little bit. So super easy, just wrapping these around, making, just kind of zigzaggy, making it look like mummy bandages. And this is something your kids can help you with, because it doesn't matter if they're perfect or if they're kind of a little bit messy. That's kind of what you want. So, all right. So we've got a second one here. Gotta make sure we got room for the eyes. Put that right there. Okay. Let me get a shorter strip for this top part. Okay, and then we'll start with this wrapping. All right, so this is a little bit tedious, of course, as you just wrap these. But like I said, it's not hard. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. You can do this and have it ready. You could actually do this on Sunday and have it ready so that on Monday you could just bake these before you go out to do your trick-or-treating with your kiddos. So you guys can already kind of see the shape taking place, can't you? And what we're doing here as far as these are concerned. So, all right. So Halloween is one of my favorite times of year, and not because it's, because of what, I just love to dress up, and I love to see the kids dressed up. I just think it's so fun to see everybody dressed up and see all the kids. I prefer not scary for my own sake. So go ahead and chime in. Let me know, like, what's your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever dressed up as? So one year I usually wear like a witch's hat, like a fun witch's hat that I got in Korea. It's just kind of frolicky and fun, has like cartoony stuff on it. And so that's kind of fun. I usually wear that. So, we got like hot dog juice everywhere. So let me know what's your favorite costume that you or your kids have ever dressed up as. I used to love making my kids costumes for Halloween. It was so fun. We go with a theme. I have twins, so it was kind of fun to do like a fun theme with them. And so when they were little, they always had matching costumes, of course, because I was that mom. And so. But then my older one, she always wanted to have some kind of like a fancy costume. So we had to set up some kind of fancy costume for her. One year she was Queen Amidala. We bought that costume. But my kids have been like all kinds of things. One year my son was Indiana Jones, and I made his costume for him, and he looked so cute. Another year he was a zombie hunter. So all kinds of fun stuff. One year my kids were Teletubbies, and then the next year they were Winnie. Actually, I think they were Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and then the next year they were Teletubbies or something like that. And I reused those costumes. So Anyway, all right, so we've got these made. You can kind of tell how they're gonna look. We're gonna cook them, and then we'll put some little mustard dots for eyes. So those will go in when the other is done. And we've got this leftover dough here. You can do whatever you want with it, make more, whatever. Okay. So now let's do some of our fun little stuff that doesn't require cooking, okay? Make sure I get all the juice off of here. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is our popcorn, okay? So this actually does require a little bit of cooking. And so I just have popcorn here. You can make your popcorn in the microwave like this right here. You can make it in your popcorn machine, however you want to make it. So you need to make half a cup of popcorn. This is actually not quite a half a cup of popcorn popped because I wanted to make, I don't want to make a huge giant mess. So the next thing we need to do is it says, so we cook the popcorn, place the popcorn in a large serving bowl and sprinkle with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we'll sprinkle that salt over there, kind of give it a good, oh, time is up for those mummy pizzas. Let's go ahead and pull those out. We'll finish those up while we're sitting right here. Stop. Okay. I love that our timer, these are perfect. Okay. So we're going to cancel, start. So we'll be right back on 350. All right. So these, you can see they kind of puffed up and everything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this recipe and it says spoon about 1 teaspoon of the sauce over each crust. So we really don't need that much sauce. Okay. Now you could also put a pepperoni on each sauce or each thing if you wanted to as well. So, all right. So just spooning a little bit of sauce over the top, not too much. My boys are going to love these treats. So they're going to love these treats for dinner tonight. Like I said, I was going to make tacos, but I'm thinking we're having the spooky treats for dinner tonight with a salad. Okay, so we've got that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shave some ribbons from our cheese. So I just have a block of mozzarella cheese here. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I'm actually going to cut kind of a thin strip of the cheese like this, just like a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 1/2 inch thick. And I'm going to take that. This is a peeler set, okay? And I'm just going to use the serrated peeler out of the peeler set, and I'm going to peel some ribbons of the cheese. And I'm just going to peel it right here, and then I can pick them up and put them on my stuff. So I'm going to peel them. We'll get that started. And it leaves kind of lines that looks like gauze. So that's kind of fun. Okay. You can also peel zucchini. This serrated peeler is really great for doing, it's really great for doing things like peaches and stuff that has longer or thicker, what's it called? Thicker rinds. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Like the words are not coming. Thicker peels. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So we are just putting these, we're just kind of layering these on here, kind of haphazardly. So it looks like they're wrapped. And I just was pulling off a little bit of the bottom and stick it in the corner because these are a little bit long. Okay, so and so because it's warm, they're going to melt. And then we just kind of stick it on here. Super easy. We've got some cheese right on here. So cute. We'll go ahead and I'm going to get another batch because I want to just be easy and seamless right here. I'm going to cut. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and cut this end off so that it's just the right size. I'm sure I will eat that later. I love cheese. You guys probably love cheese. So we're just going to grate these, or not grate these, but slice these pieces of cheese off so we can make our little mummy strips. So we could have gotten these, I should have gotten these strips of cheese ready while we were baking. That would have been the perfect thing to do. Didn't think about that. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first time I've made this recipe. I've seen it many times, but it's the first time I've made it. So we'll go ahead and put those on there. We want them to be able to melt a little bit, just a little bit. They don't need to melt too much. All right. Okay. So grating your cheese. I mean, this is, we want to use the fresh, or not the fresh, but the block of cheese because it definitely adds to the look rather than using grated cheese because we can do these strips. And so that's why we're using the block. Okay. We're going to need probably one more little slice of cheese to get these wrapped on here perfectly. So I usually slice my cheese in the block still. So that's why I'm doing that way. All right. I figured this out after doing all of that just to slice it and hold on to the end. So it's kind of a little trick for you there. So we're going to layer these on. Got some extra layers, making these really cute. All right, and the last element that we're going to do is the eyes. So you can buy olives and slice them. I just bought already sliced olives. So we don't need a whole can of olives, so that's why I did that. So we're just going to open these up with the smooth edge can opener. I love the smooth edge can opener because you don't have any sharp edges. And then I'm just going to get a little fork to lift these out. So now I'll take these eyes and kind of stick them on here. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. If you don't like olives, it's okay. They're just a little bit of olives, not very much. I know a lot of people don't like olives. So, I'm not sure what else you could use in place of the olives. So, anyway, these are so cute. I think that I might put, like if I was going to make these for my family, I might put a slice of pepperoni under the cheese, like put the pepperoni, then the sauce, then the cheese, just to give it a little bit of oomph. My family loves pepperoni, so that would be perfect for that. All right, so we've got some fun little things here. We need two more. Oops. And you want to make sure they're facing the right. Let's eat that one. Okay. Move some of this stuff out of the way. And I can show you guys How cute are these? Okay, so we'll take them out and we'll put them on the tray. So we have some cute little pizzas to display. This is our stoneware tray. So. That one's not super cute, so I'm going to put him under. All right. So we've got our mummies. I'm using only half the tray because I'm going to put my little teeth on the other half of the tray. That one's not very cute either, so I'm going to leave him over there. All right, let's go ahead and stick these mummies in here. And so when those mummies come out, whoa, this mummy, he's jumped off the edge. Okay. We'll be able to put them. Okay, so now let's make our popcorn. Now let's make our popcorn now that we've got that all going. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to top our popcorn with half of the pretzels. Okay, so we've got half the pretzels here. Okay, and then the Teddy Grahams. So we just want half of them. Okay. And then half of the candy corn. And then the chocolate candy. I looked for M&Ms that were like Halloween M&Ms, but I couldn't find any. Okay. And then we're going to take the almond bark and we're going to put it in a pretzel and we're going to heat it up. So I have just 2 ounces of almond bark here. And I'm just going to heat it up 30 seconds, and then we'll stir, and then 30 seconds, and then we'll stir. So, and then we'll add our food coloring. And we're actually going to do 2 food colorings because I love them. And so we're going to get some little things to drizzle with because I love to drizzle. And it makes it a little bit easier to drizzle when you use a plastic bag. So, not in the list. So, it says to use a chocolate drizzler, but I'm going to be honest with you, not my favorite thing. So, okay. All right, 30 seconds. Stir. Starting to get melted. Stir it again. Okay, so we've got this ready. So what we're gonna do is we'll mix that together, and then we'll pour that on there, and then we'll do it again. Okay, so making a big batch. So actually, this is for half the batch, so we're just using half of it. All right. So one thing about almond bark and chocolate is it doesn't lose its shape when it starts to melt. So you just have to keep testing it. But it's starting to get hot right now. So we've got all this on here. So cute. Okay, and then we're going to drizzle the stuff on the top, and we have our fun colors. So I just bought the neon colors from the cake decorating set, and we'll just use purple today. This is a silicone prep bowl. You guys have seen me use silicone prep bowls a lot lately. So this was like a big chunk of bark. I should have cut it up into smaller pieces so it would melt better. Okay, so that's a tip. If you've got a big chunk of almond bark like this, go ahead and cut it into smaller pieces. It'll melt a little bit better for you. So. All right. I'm kind of impatient here, in case you can't tell. Kind of impatient and wanting this chocolate to melt so I can mix it up. So. I live in Colorado, so I didn't want to mix it up beforehand because that just would mean that it would be hard by the time we started. So I'm just going to take a spoon and kind of break it up so it'll melt a little bit faster. I think this last little batch is probably going to be all it needs. Another tip is when you're melting your chocolate, or when you're actually doing anything like the popcorn maker or whatever, don't put it square in the middle of your oven or in your microwave. Go ahead and put it off to the side so it kind of rotates in an oblong, because that way you're less likely to have it get burned in the middle. So because it's all just sitting in one place. So maybe a little bit more. That was less than 30 seconds. So just a few seconds more. Do our purple. Go. Okay, I think that's it. Yes. So breaking it up, highly advised. So I'm going to get it good and stirred up here. So we get that melted. It just continues to melt as you stir it. We're going to add some of this purple food coloring in it. This is gel food coloring. And then I'm using the the mini mix and scraper to mix it together. So it's just kind of a nice light purple color, kind of fun. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the plastic bag here. Like I said, the recipe says to use the chocolate drizzler. Not a giant fan of it, so this is what I like to do. I'm going to take it like this. I just don't like to fill it. That's really why. Okay, and then we're going to cut the end off. And I cut a really small end off. And then we're going to drizzle it on the popcorn. Now, you could do a couple of different ones. You could do a couple different colors. Maybe you want to do orange and green or orange and purple. So we're going to put all of this on here. We'll let that kind of dry, and then we'll mix it all together, and then it will be like the stuff you buy at the store. How cool is that? So here is your Monster Munch popcorn ready to go. So super fun. Okay, last spooky treat that we're doing. I underestimated how long everything would take, so we're going to go a little bit longer, and I'm going to show you this last little treat that I think is so fun. We're going to take some apples. I'm going to take an apple. I'm just going to do one. We're going to take an apple. And we're going to wedge it, okay? And then to get your apple off the wedger, you just kind of grab it and pull, okay? And then we have our wedges. So I'm going to take these wedges, I'm going to take a couple of them and cut them in half, okay? And then I need to get some peanut butter. I almost forgot to get the peanut butter. The apple, both sides of the apple. So on both pieces, should I say, not both sides, both pieces. So you've got your apples and your peanut butter here. Let me go all the way to the edge. Then we're going to take our little marshmallows. And we're going to take our marshmallows and stand them up like this, right on the edge of the apple. Then we're going to turn it over and top it. You guys, look at how hilarious this is. Teeth. How fun is that? So you can put this on your little tray with your mummies or whatever, and it's such an easy thing to make. So I'll do one more. So you're just going to spread the peanut butter on your apples. Okay. And the red ones work great. You can do red or green, but the red ones work great because they look like lips. Okay, so you spread that on there. Your teeth or your little mini marshmallows, and you stick them in here to be teeth. And then you put the top back on. They're so cute. It's the perfect snack for Halloween evening. All right, so we've got those there. Let's take a look at our mummies and see what they look like. Okay, get all this out of the way. So fun. I love doing stuff like this. I just don't do it very often, so I'm not super great at it. So, okay, bring this back over. Put this right here. Let's see what these mummies look like. Not quite done. So when the mummies are done, I'll take them out. I'll take a picture. We'll put some little dots on there for eyes, so they'll be good and ready. And that should be it. So super fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you share this video with somebody who has kids, needs to make some fun treats, and make sure you follow my page or subscribe so that you what's happening on Tuesdays at 5. And we're getting ready next week. We'll probably start doing some holiday stuff because it'll be November 1st. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.